You can't reach 500 until you hit 400. That would be a welcome and optimistic outlook for the steadily warming Blue Jays, who beat the Seattle Mariners 7-2 Thursday night at the Rogers Center for their second win in a row and fourth of their past 5. The Jays are well aware that there's plenty of climbing left to get back in contention, but at least the ascent appears to have started in earnest. The team we've had the last 2 years we expect to win every day, said first baseman Justin Smoak, who had 4 RBIs including one on his 6th homer of the season. 1 through 9, we feel we can do it as a team. The biggest thing is just trying to win games. We've got a lot of guys on the DL right now and we've just got to grind away until we get those guys back. With that overcrowded injury ward and the struggles of slugger Jose Bautista, the Jays need production from players like Smoak and Wednesday's 9th inning hero, Ryan Goins, to name 2. On Thursday, left fielder Steve Pearce was part of that ambulance brigade when his 3-run homer was part of a 5-run 5th as the Jays blew it wide open. Given the potential explosiveness of the Seattle offense which came into this game scoring 10 and 11 in its previous 2 games, the cushion was welcome, both for starter Marco Estrada and the bullpen. Most importantly for the Jays, even with high-profile absences of Josh Donaldson, Kedrais Morales and Troy Tulowitzki, the offense is starting to sizzle. In this latest win, they scored at least 6 runs for the 5th time this month, matching the number of times they did so in April. The standings might still look ugly, but with a 14-21 mark, the Jays hit the 400 mark for the first time this season, a notable move forward after that miserable 2-11 start. The Jays recognize there is an opportunity to continue grinding forward in this 9-game homestand. The team is 8-4 in its past 12 and up next are 3 more this weekend against a Mariners team with 4 of its 5 starts on the DL. After that, it's 2 at home and 2 on the road against the lowly Atlanta Braves, one of the worst teams in the National League. First things first for a Jays team that cannot afford to look too far ahead, nor get overconfident with any opponent, was Thursday's assignment. Estrada may not have had his best material especially early, but the professional pitcher that he is, the Toronto starter limited the M's to 4 hits over 6 innings while striking out 8. And more importantly, after giving up a 2-run homer in the first, never allowed another run. Smoak show remember when so much discussion in the off-season centered around the projected struggles of Smoak at first base. Not hearing too much of it anymore. Smoak had himself quite an evening on Thursday, driving in no 4 runs, the punctuation coming with his 7th inning homer to extend the Jays' lead to 7-2. It was Smoak's 6th homer of the season, giving him a share of the club lead, and the big first baseman now has 21 RBI on the season, just 14 shy of his production all of last year. I think he's a little more aggressive early in the count, Jays manager John Gibbons said of the Smoak turnaround. He's laying off that bad breaking ball. He's jumping on pitches. Don't let opposing pitchers get to the off-speed stuff. He's made a big adjustment. Smoak believes a big key is being sprung from the platoon at first, becoming mostly an everyday starter. I think consistency, Smoak said. Being in there more, really knowing you are going to be in there when you show up to the park every day. Off the Marco, the competitor in Estrada, is frustrated by his slow starts. The professional in the Jays starter rarely allows it to do much damage. Estrada gave up a 2-run homer to Seattle slugger Nelson Cruz in the first, a 441-foot shot to deep center field that staked the M's to an early lead. Though he may not have had his best stuff, he essentially shut down the Mariners over the next 5, handing the ball to the bullpen after going 6 complete. That first inning was kind of tough, said Estrada, who threw 27 pitches before escaping the first with 2 runs allowed. "I got hurt with a really bad pitch to Cruz, he crushed it. I'm glad I was able to make better pitches and turn things around after that." Gibbons has seen that act before from his 33-year-old veteran. "He kind of settled in like he always does," Gibbons said. "He seems to get better at the end. When he knows he has a couple innings left, that's almost when he's at his best. Quick hits more evidence the offense is heating up." The Jays have hit 16 homers in their past 10 after having just 22 in the first 25 games. 5 alive. After a sleepy early evening offensively, the Jays came to life in the fifth, beating up on M's starter Chase DeJong, who was making just the third start of his major league career. It all began with nobody on and 2 out and included a 2 RBI single from Smoak and Pearce's 3-run blast. It was the second 5-running inning the Jays had in less than a week, matching their output from Tampa this past Friday. Despite their injury woes, the M's landed at YYZ on a 4-game win streak and having won 6 of their previous 7. The announced crowd of 29,120 was the smallest home crowd of the season. The Jays improves to a 7-5 record in series openers.